Good morning. We're here on Saturday morning, day 2 of the Derby. We are going to go springing and linging today because we've got some salmon to catch to try and get on the leaderboard.
Yeah.
And we've got a ling to catch to try and get on the leaderboard. We had a fantastic morning yesterday. It was absolutely just gangbuster bite.
It's killer. Hopefully it's the same today. Yeah, 18.6 is the fish to beat so far.
Nice.
So for Chinooks, and then I think the ling's pretty small so far. So
Yeah,
I think we got a decent crack at either.
absolutely. So yesterday we had that southeast coming up. We've switched now to a northwest, which is a little more favorable and friendly as far as getting offshore.
Yeah,
You
big
thinking
time.
I headed north or south for the offshore? Kind of poke our nose out after we
Yeah,
go salmon
see
fishing?
how it goes after salmon fishing. Yeah. See how long we get sucked into the kelp beds for.
Yeah, fair enough. All right. Well, we're going to head out to the fishing grounds here and get started. We'll see you guys out there.
We were going to start with salmon first thing this morning, similar to yesterday, but the weather's changed a lot. It's, the big storm has gone away. However, we still have, a decent residual swell left over from yesterday's storm, and the northwest is supposed to pick up to about 18 knots this afternoon, so we thought we'll bump out real quick this morning, hopefully get into a few lingcod quickly, and then get back to the shoreline before the wind comes and go enjoy some salmon fishing after that.
And it's a good strategy. We've changed it because the wind's blowing from certain directions, so we like to do this regularly, and that's to go out into the wind, fish it, and then have it on your butt going back home.
Absolutely, yeah. We have a couple different setups. James has got his electric with him because we're in like 240 to 300 feet of water out here in Winter Harbour to fish for lings is super common. We're going to get some jigs going, some swim baits, maybe some candlefish. Sam might have a pipe jig on or two.
I might.
We'll see what happens. We'll show you guys what we get.
All right, Sam, talk through what's going on here.
Well, Tyler and I were just talking, and Tyler said, hey, I think we should move over to the west side of this nub out here to try the other side of the rock pile that we started on. And we're here for about 4 or 5 jigs, and I hooked something up here. Can't tell if it's a ling or a halibut yet. It's hard to say, but it was pulling line pretty good at first. So whatever it is a decent fish anyways. We'll find out in about another 200 feet. I always try to stack the line as it comes up on these reels that don't have a worm gear. I always try to guide it with my thumb and stack it kind of as I'm bringing it up so it doesn't bunch up on one side.
Comes up evenly, right?
Exactly.
Should be able to get into a double header here, but I haven't hit one yet.
Yeah,
They
no
should be
kidding.
whacking those swim baits for sure.
Yeah, it's usually faster action out here, no doubt, but we did just have a massive pressure change. We went from rain to we're gonna have sun later today. That could have something to do with it. Okay, I got color here.
Okay.
So, yeah, let's grab him.
Keeping his head underwater. Doesn't thrash. Nice one.
All right.
That's a keeper.
Hey, there you go,
There you
boys.
go, Sammy.
Nice.
Good job, buddy.
All right.
That's a nice ling
That's
dinger.
a beauty ling right there.
Thank you, Mr. Ling.
Want to show us what you're using there, Sammy?
Yeah, we're using a 24 ounce. No, sorry, it's a 16 ounce Lighthouse, just the white with glow stripe. They work really good. They're super snaggy, so you got to watch it with. You really don't want these ones to sit on bottom for any time at all, or they'll look at that treble in there. They get stuck real quick, and then it costs you a lot of money. So either put a single on, or like Tyler was saying earlier, put the hook up top. That'll help you out.
Awesome, right on. This episode is brought to you by Parksville Boathouse, your full-service boat dealer and chandlery. Gone Fishing, serving Vancouver Island and beyond for over 30 years. West Coast Fishing Tackle, the quality anglers deserve. Sam's on another one here.
That's wild.
We're loving that candlefish kind of lure.
Crazy. Normally the swimtail baits out here are just, you can't even get them to the bottom. Who knows? Luck of the draw. This is a smaller fish. Ever seen this move before?
Oh yeah.
There we
It's
go.
a Thor move.
I think we got a small ling on here.
Yep. Probably a releaser, but
Yeah. Oh, negative.
oh, it's a 𝗂𝗏𝗏𝗀𝗏𝗏.
𝗏𝗂𝗏𝗏𝗏.
That's a gump right there. We'll throw them down on the descender because these guys are subject to barrel trauma, as you can see with the guts kind of coming out of his mouth there.
So we're in 300 feet of water, so I take my descender that's good to 300 feet. We've got another one that's good to 150 for those shallower spots. I clip it onto the lip, and all I do is I just swing the rigger out. I clip it on. Make sure my descender is set to 300 feet, or sorry, 200 feet, because we're not quite in 300 feet of water. I set my counter and I slowly start to let them go down. So the way these work, they have a hydrostatic release. So I set it to 200 feet. Once we hit 200 feet, that device is designed to open up its jaws and let the fish off, and the fish can then safely swim back to the bottom. All right.
And as you can see, that 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 is back down in his home.
So it just opened back up. As soon as the fish got down to that depth, boom, it opens up and they can swim away freely. Right there. Yeah.
Yeah, another gumpo. So we're in the wrong territory. We're in gump land and we need to get over to Ling land. So we'll probably make a little move here as well. What do you think, Sam?
Yeah, I think so. We'll try maybe moving up to the top of the reef a quarter mile or something like that. Well, we just moved up to the kind of northwest corner of the same rock we've been fishing for the same reason that we mentioned before. Just we're not drifting very much. There's not a ton of current right now. And so we're having to move around a lot to jig different spots along the reef rather than drifting across it like you normally would when back trolling when there's actually a heavier tide. We're just trying another rock about a quarter mile up from where we were for the last fish.
All right, what happened here, Sam?
Well, we just moved spots a little bit and just went a little further out, and James hit one as soon as he touched bottom. I was on the way down, and the moment mine touched bottom, I hit another one too. This fish is pulling line.
This is a little more what we're used to.
Yeah, it's more what we're used to out of Winter Harbour.
Hit
for
bottom
sure.
and get them.
We were pretty surprised that we weren't getting them like this instantly. Most of the time out here, lingcod fishing, you're hitting them as soon as your gear touches bottom.
We jigged there for what, 20 minutes maybe in the spot where we weren't quite finding them.
Yeah.
And then we made the decision, all right, time to find a different pinnacle. 2-3 miles away.
Yeah.
Just make a real serious move, and we made the right decision.
This fish is big. This fish is big.
Attaboy.
I can't even get him. I think this guy got me snagged into a cave or something.
You gone down into the deep?
Yeah, I think he snagged me into a cave. No. Ran me around a rock and into a cave.
Dang.
Damn, that was a good fish too. Deal with James's fish, Tyler.
Oh yeah, there he is.
He's just side hooked.
Want a hand?
Here. Nice one,
Nice
Ty.
fish.
Woohoo!
All right.
Thanks, buddy.
That swim bait didn't last long. He was
Nope.
kind of side hooked there, so that was a bit of an issue.
Nice.
Nice.
Beautiful ling. Really nice bite.
Really? Hey, check out this albatross right here. That's really
Oh,
a deer.
that's cool.
Hey, buddy.
Don't see those very often.
No, you
So,
don't.
Sam, you're putting on a bit of a clinic here this morning.
Well, luck of the draw, I guess. Tyler just had a nice fish on. Got it about 10 feet off bottom. As I was dropping my gear, his fish popped off, and then I hooked one about 2 jigs later.
We moved about a mile from where we started this morning and getting into a bit of action here. So, a much better spot.
Oh, he's barely hooked. Barely hooked.
You want the gaff?
Yep.
Hold on, let me get over. Okay.
All right.
Oh,
Nice
look at the beautiful
one.
colors on that guy, hey?
Got lucky there, but you can see how easy it would be to lose him.
Nice fish, beautiful spots, the night coloration in that. Awesome.
Right on.
Woo! What's going on, Ty?
Got into a good one here on my sporty little rig.
What's that rod you're using?
That's the West Coast Fishing Tackle, medium jigger. The 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, 13 fishing. And this is just a really fun way to, sports fish for lingcod. Because it's just wild. I mean, these things are just getting yanked.
Neat. We got Tyler on the right over here with the fish on. We got Sam on the left over here with the fish on.
Yeah.
boys, a little double header action.
Awesome. That's what we were hoping for coming out here this morning.
Yeah, nice.
But I had to get just one, you know.
Yeah, man. Can't let James and I have all the fun, right? What color?
Oh yeah. Oh, that's looking like
I
a
think
nice
he's
fish.
foul hooked.
Yeah, he's twisted.
Looking like a, yeah.
Oh, hello. I'm right here, Sam.
What do you think, boys?
Ty, you make the call.
Probably the biggest one of the day.
Is it?
Just fucking take it.
Okay. Yeah, that's the biggest one of the day, boys.
Yeah.
Nice one.
Awesome.
Wow.
Well, Tyler, it's your finally your first one of the day, but it's the best one yet. So
24-ounce swim bait on the sporty rig right there. Look at that.
beauty. Nice work,
Nice
man.
one, buddy. Thanks for putting us into them.
No doubt. Should we go do some salmon fishing now?
I think so.
All right, let's do it.
Man, we found the lings this morning at our second spot that Sam took us to. That was just beautiful. We're sneaking back in here, sort of towards Winter Harbour. We're going to stop at a little well-known salmon spot in towards Brooks Bay and give it a little shot. There hasn't been a lot of salmon fishing out here the last couple of days just because of the weather. So it's really nice to come out here and be one of the only boats. There's one guy behind us in a smaller boat that's been fishing out here. And we're going to give it a couple of tacks and make a decision. So hopefully we're successful. We'll let you guys know.
Yeah, right on. Stoked. It's always nice to fish a spot with virtually no other boats. And he's going to be a mile behind us, so.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Go.
Oh, man, we got a real nice bite there
Nice.
on that white flasher with that hoochie from yesterday. It's taking a bit of line here.
We were here for,
I don't know,
2 minutes?
2 minutes. Yeah.
There we go. 51
All right.
feet. We're in 75 feet of water. We came across the bait, and literally 2 seconds later, bam.
Well, what are you looking at
I
here?
think we're going to let this guy go if he's...
That's cookie cutter.
Another guy like yesterday, he's hooked healthy,
Got a 12 pounder, 10, 12.
Nah, he is kind of...
bleeding a little bit. Well,
We decided to take him.
we're taking him. Nice fish, Tyler.
Yeah, man, really nice fish to start off the morning.
Looks like he was a little bit of a vegetarian.
He was. You know, guys, when they're hooked like this and they've got a bit of damage to the eye, to the gills, it's imperative that you do the right thing and you take this fish. To let it go, knowing that it's probably going to die, even though you're in a derby and you want to get derby winning fish, you got to respect the catch. And to take this fish is the right thing to do. It's going to make a really nice meal. It's going to put food on the table for families.
Absolutely.
And, you know, this is what we're all about here. Even though you're fishing a derby, you got to do the right thing,
Yeah, well said, Tyler.
you know?
He's going to eat well.
Absolutely.
Now let's go find his great grandpa. Look, his belly's full of something. I wonder what's in there.
Yeah.
We're going to find that out
We
later.
might have to look,
might have to,
actually,
yeah.
just to see, you know, because that can also help you fishing out here
Yeah.
looking for a big boy.
No doubt it can.
Yeah, having a look in the stomach to see the contents while you're fishing so you can match the hatch.
Yeah.
Always a really good move.
Kind of a squid bite almost, eh? Like,
It really is. It's
Yeah.
they're right down on the bottom. They're loving that flash fly. They're hitting the splash fly. They were hitting this hoochie earlier, right down on the bottom. It's been doing well.
I just got a little look at him, a nice little flash there. Same kind of thing, hey?
10, 12.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll turn that guy back.
Yeah, that's a nice clean release on that one, looks like.
Yeah, he's not hooked too badly.
I don't think so. I love this time of year, just how fresh, how purple these fish are.
He's gonna come under the hook.
Nice
Away he
release,
goes.
James. Right on.
Well, we fished this spot here just after we came in offshore for Lingcod. Lawn Point's just in behind Sam here. We had a couple really nice bites, a couple of small fish. We kept one, but the weather's picking up. We know the wind's going to be picking up here through the afternoon, so we're going to head back in towards the lighthouse and see if we can stop in for a tack somewhere that's a little more friendly.
Yeah, one.
All right, we came into little spot. There's the lighthouse just in behind Sam over there. And there was a bunch of boats there, which we don't necessarily love to fish in with a pack. We want to go somewhere and find something a little different. So
Exactly.
came into a little local hotspot here, right tight to the shelf. We're gonna see if we can pick up a nice one.
Yeah.
There we go.
Just dropped it to 45 from 35.
Oh,
that's a
that
nice
looks like it. Oh, he's cartwheeling back there.
Nice. Double header. Oh, yeah, baby.
Oh, Sam's on.
So we had Tyler steering. He was bringing us along the rocks here. We got the sexy Halo 69 on this side. Sorry, and Sam just switched to low hoochie on that side, and we got double headers. Woo-hoo-hoo. He's cartwheeling.
All right, James. Sorry, there's not much I can do to help you right
buddy.
now.
So the Halo 69 and Sam, what did you switch over to hoochies there?
Yeah, I went to a UV hoochie. Just about an 8-pound spring.
Nice.
Yeah.
This guy, I think, is more than 8.
Nice beauty fish in
Nice
here.
fish.
Right on.
This guy is spunky.
Yeah, this guy's got a little bit of fight in him, eh?
Yep. Woo-hoo!
Oh,
When fish run under the boat, it's always best to come out, put your rod tip out as far as you possibly can so they don't hit the bottom of the boat and get caught on stuff.
nice fish, though. Really nice.
What are we looking at, fellas?
Have a look, Sammy.
It's a pretty nice fish.
It's not hooked too badly. We're going to let him go.
I'd club him.
You want to club him?
I'll club him personally if that's all right with you guys.
You guys go. You go for it.
Come on, roll over. All right.
Nice one, boys.
Cool.
Right on. Nice job, James.
Thanks, boys. Thank
And
you.
Believe it or not,
Oh,
we
we're
did
doing,
have him all
3
eyeballed up too.
Yeah, we are a little, aren't we?
That's what we were using right there, guys. That's the Halo 69 in the fatty spoon. And Tyler,
That is the new 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 UV in that purple glow. We'll show you this one at night. It looks absolutely unreal. First fish on this one since they came out for me.
Awesome.
about 5 feet behind the flasher, went from 35 to 47 feet, and he smoked it.
Smoked it.
This episode is brought to you by Gone Fishing, serving Vancouver Island and beyond for over 30 years. West Coast Fishing Tackle, the quality anglers deserve. Parksville Boathouse, your full-service boat dealer and chandlery.
There is some Chinookies in here.
Yeah. Feels like a better fish.
Got the place to ourselves in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot nicer weather than the outside, that's for sure.
How's it looking, Sam? Ooh.
Oh, I think he's a better fish.
Okay.
He's a better fish for sure. Not way bigger, but slightly larger anyways.
That is slightly larger.
No, it's not a Derby winner.
I don't think so.
No. It's I'd say it's our biggest one though.
This is our
so
biggest.
far the last couple
guys,
days.
This
Yeah,
is our
eh?
biggest fish the last couple of days.
Yeah, it is, hey?
Yeah, I don't think it's a Derby winner.
I don't think so either. Let's turn him loose.
And he's probably the nicest one we can release. He's hooked right in the mouth.
Look at that.
Perfect
Easy release.
spot.
Nice work,
Definitely.
brother.
Thanks, buddy.
Absolutely.
Nice fish, Sammy.
Awesome. Thanks, boys.
Slam the hook on that
Holy. Fucking that first one a bit like that, right?
one. Well, gentlemen, we had an absolutely amazing bite when we came in there right at the slack tide. I think we hit about 8 fish in there. Had some good bites on the squid skirt and the spoon.
And they were hitting today between 35 and 55 feet.
Yeah.
So just working around McAllister. Great and nice and tight at sometimes there, Sam.
Yeah. Yeah, we got into 30 feet of water a couple of times by mistake, but sometimes that works out.
A lot of fun.
That was a great bite. So we'll see you guys back at the dock. We have 2 nice salmon to weigh in, and we got our Lingcod as well. And yeah, we're gonna have a nice evening and get back at it in the morning.
That should be sunny tomorrow.
Awesome.
Sam, we've had a pretty spectacular couple of days with you out here.
It's been amazing.
For the people turning up for the first time, or some people who may have fished here for a while, can you give us a bit of insight as to what we were using over the last 3 days?
We fished a lot of white stuff, a lot of white and chrome gear. As you can see here, it's pretty much everything we used over the last 3 days. We fished a little bit of bait, some anchovies and teaser heads, greens and blues, and then we went through pretty much the spectrum of white UV and white glow on hoochies and spoons, from the West Coast Tackle Sexies to the fatties. We fished a variety of octopus hoochies and a flash fly, and these are like pretty go-to productive, consistently productive lures for the West Coast of Vancouver Island throughout. Everything produced fish.